Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the glittering finale of our Girl by Moonlight game.
Oh, glittering
I
finale.
am your host,
It just
the
sounded good.
and yeah, it's glittering. Why not?
Yeah, I
Uh,
like it.
I'm the host and director for this stream, Corfu Bernal. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm very excited to be presenting the fourth and last episode of this season of Nights by Leylight. Before we get any further, let's meet our cast for the last time this season, starting with Ren.
Hi, I'm Ren. Pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Dante Winter. Uh, pronouns they, he. Dante is currently very angry, but we'll get into that.
Hello, Jacob.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and my pronouns are he, they, and I'm playing Isabel Dawn and Aurora Twilight, who at the moment are feeling quite fractured in their relationship in this area, and it's very difficult.
Very difficult. Welcome back, Pan.
Thank you. I've been away. I wasn't well, but I'm glad to be back for this glittering finale. My pronouns are he, they, she, and we'll be playing Pillar 7, whose pronouns are she, they.
Your voice is sounding good. I know you were having.
Thank you. I was having a time of it.
Well, we're glad to have you here. And last but of course not least, Michelle.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Tamara Ayuto, who is feeling both very excited to have finally transcended, but also that there's just no time to enjoy it because there's too much going on.
There is too much going on. Our magical girls in our last mission encountered a place on the earth that was untouched by time and seemingly untapped by any knights when they were ambushed by Rasmus wearing the newly awakened Ley artifact, the Polished Mask, which somehow allowed her to control demons. Now she has escaped, and our knights return to the moon to do something. We'll find out today as we play to find out. But before that, let's go to our stinger for the last time. We open on the war room of the knights as three beams of moonlight teleport. Well, I guess 4 beams? Because we first see Isabel and then we see Aurora separated.
Like a
And
shadow.
Like a shadow.
Yeah.
Is she... I don't know if we've ever gotten a real description of Aurora. It's always been some sort of reflection of Isabel. Is that what she looks like today?
She's not fully corporeal because her body is long lost to time. But she does have the outline of a... if you can imagine like those Renaissance gentlemen with the big hair and the jackets and those fancy boots, the little ones, and like a cane, but hers is a sword. But she does have that jacket, that sort of like Adam Ant style jacket with all the buckles, and she flickers and wavers, but is distinctly separate from Isabel, except for a tiny tether, if you imagine like Peter Pan's shadow connected to his feet.
2 more beams of light stream in to this place where Dante and Tamara teleport in as well.
Okay, we gotta go. We gotta find somebody. We gotta tell them what Rasmus has done, because this has to be stopped. We have to stop it now.
I'll go to my parents, I guess.
Yeah, good idea. They're like in charge of like the artifacts. Like they're not gonna be happy that she's like got one somehow. That's not okay.
I don't know if I can trust them.
I don't know. We can trust anyone, but we know we can't trust Rasmus. That's a good start. Let's find out what else we can find out.
Yeah.
I should get Pillar 7. I should let her know what's gone on. I'll catch you guys up.
Okay.
Good luck.
And Tamara's gonna leg it. She's gone.
Tamara runs out. Tamara?
Mhm.
Where do you go to find Pillar 7? Where do you know that she is?
That's a great question. I think that we know that Pillar 7 didn't fancy the party. And we know that Pillar 7 didn't come on the last mission. And I think Tamara is thinking, if Pillar 7 was not in the right frame of mind, then there's only one place that they would go. And that is their favorite cat watching spot. So she is going to leg it out to the farmland where she knows all the best feral cats can be found to look for Pillar 7.
Okay. All right. What are we rolling? We're rolling, I think we talked about maybe stars?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
This is the high pressure, like, we've got to get the team together. We've got to get the band back
anxiety.
together.
Yeah,
We're on a
exactly.
mission from who knows who, from ourselves. So stars, I have 1 in. So
Okay.
here we go. Oh, that fell sideways. Let's go again. I rolled a 3.
3.
So I take 3 stress.
Okay. That seems like an adequate amount of stress for this situation.
That's not abysmal. I think it's mostly just because it's pretty far away, actually, to head all the way out to the farms, and it's already been a kind of a bit of a hectic, fight-heavy kind of day. So I think it's just the stress of trying to get there as fast as possible, and knowing that there's a lot to tell very quickly.
I think if we're calling it the same day as the party started so like late afternoon, perhaps early evening. It was probably well after midnight at this point. And we see Tamara in her mission uniform, like running through the cobblestone streets of the town to one of the farms on the edge, where Pillar 7 is indeed, because cats are mostly active at night, or at least they're in between. So maybe some of the cats have settled down at this point as they're waiting for dawn to come, and then they'll be active again. And Pillar, how do you feel when you see Tamara running down like the hill towards you?
Instantly worried. Pillar felt guilty about not going on the last mission, but they had to train. They had things they had obligations. But seeing Tamara running sets off alarm bells. I think she was meditating with the cats, like they're all sitting around quietly. She'd been like putting out cat food, but when Tamara comes running up, she jumps up. The cats scatter.
I'm picturing Azumanga Daioh when Sakaki-san goes to reach out to the cat.
She's
and
about
it's
to
all
get
going well.
Let it pet her.
Yeah, she's just finally let it pet her. But yeah, I think Tamara's just going to come running and be like, hey, glad you're feeling better. Great, good. Rasmus, traitor. Rasmus is a traitor. Rasmus interfered with the mission. Rasmus is bad. We need you. We need to get back up there. Isabel's going to talk to her dad about the fact that Rasmus is bad and has an artifact somehow. A lot's happened. I'll tell you on the way. We got to go. Oh, and I can transcend now. Hey!
Congratulations. Copy
Thanks.
that. Pillar stands up. You can see she's got some light bandaging from whatever train was a bit tougher than maybe it usually is, but that doesn't matter. You need her, and that's what she's for. She comes with.
Amazing.
Actually, she comes with. She also like, what was it like?
Like, kind of painful, but like in a good way. Like something new is happening. It was really cool.
Yeah, she nods and smiles a little. It is a good pain. Let's go.
Yeah.
Pillar, I am also going to ask you to roll either moon or stars, whichever is lower for you.
Why?
Because
No.
as part of the obligation, I think hearing that something major happened without you is what is causing you stress today.
That's fair. Okay.
So which one is lower for you, moon or stars?
Moon.
Because this is more about sadness and despair than it is about like social pressure.
So that is. God, sorry, it's been a while. So I add the ones I've got in dots as well. So that is 5.
Sorry, you roll how many dots you have in moon.
Oh, sorry.
The number of dice.
Sorry, in that case, that's 3.
3. Okay, so
Yeah.
you got a 3 on the die.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the amount of stress that Tamara is giving you, basically.
Right.
So you'll get 3 stress.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
And we see the two of them running back off. I think the cats I feel like they just follow you.
Oh, that's sweet.
There's this like small swarm of cats like running up and down,
Pillar's still
jumping
got
on
the
the
food in her bag.
as we see them through the streets and we go back into the castle. Who's next?
I think there's a moment in the central room where Dante and Isabel and Aurora are just standing there and staring at each other. Of like, we didn't hear what Dante was going to do, and there's a moment of just checking in. Do you need anything?
Dante is looking between Aurora and Isabel and Aurora, and there's a look on his face that he looks annoyed, but it's just shy of anger. It's like something is very wrong here, and he doesn't have the clarity to see what the next step is, and it's bothering him. And so he's just looking back and forth between the two of you. It's like, you're asking me?
Aurora says, "Look, we've got to go. Sorry." Just kind of like walks out, and Isabel says, yes, but hang on. We'll meet back here." And runs off.
Dante watches them leave, looks down at the piercing in his side, and just puts a hand over it. This feels familiar, and I don't like it. And I think Dante is going to... This is an obligation phase. I think it's a gather information thing, so it doesn't apply here. But is there a way for him to... Oh, you know what? He's gonna try to find information about this mask. Yeah.
Okay. This would normally be like investigation, and part of the investigation downtime. So it has to be, the obligation is all about like struggling and getting that stress.
Yeah.
So what is your lowest attribute?
Lowest. Both. 1 second. I don't actually. Yes, so both moon and sun are the same.
Okay. So sun involves scary people or circumstances. This is that. So yeah, you run off maybe to the archives.
Yeah.
Let's roll sun and see how that goes. Uh-oh. I can guess. Right. So when you run into the archives, you get 5 stress, by the way.
It's going so well already.
The archives is a mess. When you come in here, clearly a struggle has happened. And there's one row of bookshelves that are toppled over mummy style and are all like leaning. And you can see just like a flurry, like almost like a snowstorm of papers and files as you go over and look and see that the file that has been ripped unceremoniously out of these cabinets is the one that you and your great-great-grandnephew, Ari, were looking at the beginning of this season. Your file.
I think Dante is just calling out in this terribly quiet archive for Ari and getting no response.
And it doesn't even echo. There's this muffled quality as your voice struggles to ring out in this large chamber. And nothing but darkness and silence in response.
He doesn't have time to sit and think about it. It's a rare moment when he doesn't have time. He's going to head back because they have to know.
And then we come to Isabel and Aurora.
Isabel goes to find her mother and gets to the door, and I think that it moves into one of these. Aurora is arms folded, leaning against the wall in the hallway, and then the camera pans over to see Isabel inside the room, talking to her mother. And I could roll moon or stars, and I've never rolled moon for this before. I've only rolled stars.
Let's do moon. Question, what state is your mother in? Because it is the middle of the night.
There was a mission on. It's maybe a bit routine. There was a ball, so maybe she's just winding down from that.
She's wearing like a dressing gown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see what the roll is, and then we'll role play this.
It's not an action roll, so I don't subtract for my harm, right? I just roll the 1 die, I think.
No, you're right. It's just you roll your attribute. It's an attribute roll, if that is a thing.
It's a 6. I rolled a 6.
Okay. That means you get 0 stress.
Thank God.
Interesting. Okay. How much have you told Duchess Herald of the Dawn? No, Duchess. Her name is Duchess
Jean.
Jean, okay.
Yeah. I told her everything. I walked in, I'm a knight and a warrior, but also like a young woman, and just this young person walking into their parents' room, realizing that they're far out of their depth, and also the situation with the eclipse is something that I'm trying to hide because I feel like it's a weakness, and I believe Isabel believes that it is a signal that her body is failing to carry this and that she's going to die soon, because that's happened to all of the other carriers of this artifact and of this particular connection.
Mm.
And so she's standing there, and it just all comes spilling out. Not the eclipse part, but everything. Rasmus and the being down there and being attacked by someone, and the polished mask. I didn't even know that we had something like this.
Jean, as this all comes pouring out of you, she seems frozen like ice in her chair. So like this like red satin shea lounging type thing. And she stands, takes a few hesitant steps towards you, and like lightly puts her hand on your shoulder. Just the fingertips.
I think there's that beat, and then that like anime-esque like embrace from Isabel, and as Isabel embraces her, just whispers. She's shorter, and she just like whispers into her chest, "Mother, I'm scared."
As am I. And the other arm comes around and like sort of taps you on the back. It's not a loving mother's embrace, but it's more than is typically expected from the Duchess. I too was not aware that this mask that Rasmus bore was an artifact. It is not in our records.
So we don't know what it does.
No. And from what you've told me, though, its ability is one that should be rare. To summon, control demons. It is not something of which our artifacts can do, only of which your father and I have studied and read of. She pulls back from you. I was afraid of this when Rasmus came from another kingdom. We should have known she was a Ley-Knight herself. How else would she have traversed the spaces between the creches?
I don't know. We can find out. We can ask. We can arrest her. What would you have me do?
Unfortunately, if a Ley-Knight is far beyond the capabilities of a standard guard, it is up to you to arrest her.
Okay.
And we have allowed such a person to be the spy master. She's frowning, so frustrated. My dear, your father and I will support you in any choice you need to make. I will go to wake him at once.
Okay.
What is it you need of us?
I don't know. I'm lost. We need access to Rasmus's chambers.
Good. Return to the War Council. We will meet you there, and we will plan with the rest of your knights.
Yes, Mother.
We must move swiftly, my dear. I pray that this is not the event the High Augur foresaw, but I am glad that you have the strength of Aurora at your side. And she sort of looks in your eyes like she's looking into your eyes, expecting to see someone there.
I avert, like, just sort of go to attention in order to avert my eyes. Yes, Mother, we have work to do. I will see you in the War Council chambers. And Isabel leaves first and gathers Aurora and tries to get around the corner before anything can happen. In her mind, the question, what did the High Augur see that I don't know? And heads out.
I don't know if we've ever had a 6 on an obligation roll before. which is like, because normally the obligation shows the dystopia, the tyrannical forces that are like keeping down on you, and the Duke and Duchess have represented that for so long. But here in the scene with the six, I can't. You're getting zero stress. There's no need. There would be no reason. And so for once, we see like actual sincerity from them. It's interesting. Yeah, because they could have been villains, and the dice have sort of turned this around. Very, very cool. I dig it.
Wow.
Okay. We head back to the war studio. The war council.
War studio.
War studio.
The war studio. As our knights have gathered, and we see shortly after, I think, Isabel and Aurora return. Dante was probably most likely the first to be back there because you were the closest. I don't think the Duke and Duchess live that far away. They're probably just in other chambers in the castle.
Or like another building in the complex or something. Yeah.
So they arrive last to see all of you, even now Pillar, who maybe has changed into her mission uniform. And the Duke sort of puffs his chest out. My knights, tell us what you need. We are here to serve.
Isabel is pretending that she's transcended right now.
Interesting.
Would we be able to sense that?
You would probably know that Isabel is not transcended.
Right.
Because of the artifacts. I think you would sense it. But because Aurora is here, Isabel is absolutely... I think when she walked in and saw the others, she was like, you cannot let my parents know that this is happening right now, okay? When it's all over, we can do it, but like, please.
Look, don't worry. It's like totally fine.
In the guise of the Duke and Duchess offering advice, there are several things that need to be done here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, investigations need to happen to find out what happened with Rasmus and what happened in the archives. However, the Duchess would also point out some of you are pretty injured, and it would be unwise to go after Rasmus in this state as well.
I think Tamara has her notebook open as always, and she's going through, and she's like, okay, not used to giving instructions, but yes, okay, so Rasmus seems to be capable of controlling demons. We don't know if she can bring them back here, but there is a risk. Therefore, I think that, if possible, it would be really cool, please, thank you, please, if you could make sure the palace guard are on high alert and make sure that everybody is safe inside their homes and that there is a perimeter around the creche just in case, also around the palace itself. Also, Dante in particular is bleeding, so it would be really good if, please, if that's okay, if you could get some help to Dante, medical attention, ASAP. I have somewhere I need to be, and she's sort of ticking things off of a list, and then she just walks out again.
Okay.
I have a downtime action for Aurora, which is a recovery roll with Dante, if that's okay.
Yeah, I was role playing the help a friend recover by asking for help as well.
Oh,
for
okay,
Dante.
cool.
So
Great.
I don't know. You're pretty badly bashed up, so you might need 2 people to help you, Dante. I'm not sure.
So, do you want to do it first?
Sure.
Great.
So what? Sorry, I have to choose which thing I'm rolling. Is that right, Krufu? To help
Yes.
them recover. So it was. I think it's probably express, probably, or analyze, because she was kind of going through all the things needed.
Analyze.
Okay, I'll go for analyze. That's a straight up and down one. Oh, I rolled a 3. Could have been better. Sorry, Dante.
You'll still get 2 segments.
Okay.
Ren, I think you're muted.
Sorry. Yes.
You are.
Cool. So that right, that fills my clock.
Yay!
Hey.
So I go down 1. So I'm still hurt, but I'm less hurt than I was before.
So yeah, you remove all of the level 1s and the level 2. Now you can say like instead of bleeding, you're staunched.
Oh, cool. So do you need further support at this point?
Well, it's probably not going to fill the clock, but if you had something that you wanted to role play,
I do.
Yeah.
But maybe we have a different action that we can do together. We could do like an investigation together instead.
Okay.
And so Aurora could turn to Dante and say, "Would you like to break into Rasmus's office?
Yes.
Let's go."
Like newly patched up, I think Dante's ready to do something.
Okay.
I think if those two are going to there, then Pillar would go off to keep tomorrow safe.
You follow after tomorrow.
Yeah, just like so they're not just like otherwise everyone's runs over, they stand around going, "Oh, I will also help."
Okay, good. Tomorrow, do you have any? You don't have any damage, or do you? Have
I
damage?
have one level 1 clawed
Okay.
that I took last time, but that's all.
Okay. All right, just thinking out loud. Okay, let's go to the investigation then. We'll need 2 separate investigation rolls. Maybe one is to like get into the office, the other is to like go through the office, or the chambers rather, because she definitely sleeps here as well. Or she has chambers available. I don't know if she actually uses them for sleeping.
I have a good defy, which I would be happy to use, if that is all right with you. Or if your defy is good. I'm also at level 2 harm, so it's -1 die anyway, so I think I just roll 1 die regardless.
Okay. Need to do something about that.
So, you notice Aurora is walking with a like definite limp that came in not this past mission, but the one before, and in this mission it just got reopened. All right, so here's the defy roll. That's a 5.
Ooh.
So 3 segments of the investigation.
Cool.
Yeah. As she just sort of braces her shoulder against the door and then smashes into the room.
I think, yeah, I can do my oracle thing in here to gather info.
Yes, that's right. And technically the door smashing is also gathering info. But let's have you do your oracle thing, and then we'll do like a combo gather info. Combo.
Oh my god. So 4.
Okay, another 3 segments.
Nice.
All right, we're into the second tier. Good work.
Ooh.
Going to gather the info.
Dante is thoroughly tossing this place.
So you'll both get 1 question from your sheets and 1 follow-up. And this is again combo. So it could go 1 question. You each ask your 1 questions, and then you both get follow-ups afterwards. That probably sounds the best because then you can follow up on each other's follow-ups.
Does Dante have a heightened success level from this because of the oracle thing, or?
Yes, it's +1 effect level.
Oh, we have
Yes.
the. Sorry, we get +1 die on these because of
Yeah,
our. I didn't use that.
And Mark
I did.
So still a 5.
Okay,
Rolled 2 5s.
that's so good.
And we mark an experience, right?
hmm
Great.
So let's set the scene. These chambers are. You've been in. So when we first saw Dante this season, he was in these chambers actually reporting to Erasmus. And so this front room with this large, imposing, intimidating desk is quite well known to you, Dante. Perhaps not Isabel and Aurora so much. But there is a sort of like curtain that goes off to a small chamber behind that. Inside, you can see a very Spartan sort of twin bed with a chest at the front of it. And I think the pair of you begin systematically just opening everything, sweeping it down, throwing it on the ground, but making sure to go through every single thing. So who wants to ask the first question?
I would ask. A lot of my questions are about people, and so I feel like it's a bit of a stretch to abstract the people questions to objects or things in this room. So what I want to know here is how are the mask and its connection to demons connected? Like how does that work?
Okay. The mask. The mask was not. Most of the Ley artifacts were created on Earth during the initial wave of demon invasions to combat them, and have since been kept and used. You come upon plans for the mask that either if it wasn't copied from more ancient plans, you get the sense this was drawn up recently in the last few years.
Shit.
Someone planned to create an artifact that could control demons. Dante, what is your question?
So what really happens here? And so I'm using happens as in recently and extending.
That chronosense is so OP.
I am very bothered. Dante has not smiled once.
What really happens here? As you begin that sort of rewind vision and sort of seeing the ghosts of the past kind of moving through this space, you can see Rasmus, who never takes off the mask. Even when she goes back to sleep, it's always on. Even to eat, it comes like everything comes under the mask. But you also note that Rasmus rarely does sleep here, and when she does, it's sort of like in the middle of the day, quick cat naps to sort of catch up. However, you note one person in particular coming and going regularly, and them spending a lot of time together poring over books and maps and plans and blueprints. Lord Venken. And you also note that each time Lord Venken leaves, it's usually in the night, and when Lord Venken leaves, he always opens the door slightly and like listens before subtly sliding out of the room, very clearly not wanting to be seen emerging from this space. conspiracy is what really happens here.
Dante is probably just holding on to a folder and not looking at it as he looks to Aurora. Venkin is a part of this.
I would be surprised if the rot stops there.
You each get a follow-up question.
How badly have we been had? How many of our missions have been twisted?
Not many. Rasmus has not been here that long. A handful of years. And she had not found an ally in Lord Venkin immediately. She was subtle, and she was slow, and most importantly, she was patient. That is a part of the problem, is that she's waited so long to show her hand that now that she's striking, you get the sense it's all on.
Yeah.
Dante's follow-up.
I'm trying not to be on the nose of it. The question he wants to ask in his heart is, where would she have taken Arian?
Sure.
Like, is there some hint here?
Yes. The ruins of her old kingdom.
God damn it.
The secondary power of the polished mask that you see uncovered, crafted in these notes. It's hard to tell. Was the polished mask changed, created for this purpose, or did they add it? You've been studying ley bonds, and even for you, the lines have blurred. One of the secondary powers of the polished mask is to create an artificial atmosphere, so that she could traverse the old ruins safely.
Okay.
So many questions. So many questions. Dante, I know we have our disagreements and we've been at each other's throats, but I think that this is an existential moment for this kingdom, of which neither you nor I are from, but it is, in a way, a new home. And I would hope that we're able to at least take our disagreements and set them aside for this moment.
For the moment. Certainly.
Good. That's settled. And Aurora takes whatever plans and paperworks and exits.
Okay. What is Tamara and Pillar doing?
I think Tamara is hustling. She is walking fast. She is power walking down the hallway, and I think she hears Pillar 7 coming up behind her.
Pillar 7 is also power walking, but being a bit larger than Tamara, it takes like a second to catch up.
Tamara's like doing twice as many steps as
Yeah,
Pillar.
she's striding along behind the side of Tamara as she's doing like little steps.
Pillar, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Why do you like cats so much?
Pillar makes a concerted effort to look away, but you can tell that she is blushing. They are useful for tactics. Also, they are fluffy.
Cool. I like the fact that they're fluffy too. That was
I
just
like-
to distract me from what I was about to do. I appreciate it.
Of course. After this, we can go see as many cats as you want.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. Let's do that. Okay, one more reason to save the kingdom. Cat time.
Cat time, yes. Let us go.
She gets to Lord Venken's door and raises her hand sort of out of instinct to knock, and then is like, "Oh, actually, could you please do me a favor? Could you kick this door off its hinges?
Understood. I kick the door off its hinges.
Thank you so much." And then she bursts in and is like, "Lord Venken."
I'm trying to decide if Lord Venken is here.
Ah,
It would be a huge anticlimactic moment for Tamara if he's not.
He
I
is.
I can put the door back if you want.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't, despite the fact that they're co-conspirators, I don't know if Rasmus had time to get to him also.
Yeah, I think Tamara's hoping to catch him before they've regrouped.
Okay. And I don't even know if he's even. The door
I think he's trying to
bursts
hide the stuff.
open.
Yeah.
Much like Rasmus's chambers. These are much nicer, more nicely appointed, and are larger. Instead of a curtain leading to a small, tiny bed in a back room of these offices, there is a door that leads to his suite. And so as you burst into his office, the suite door opens shortly thereafter, and Lord Venken is pulling this robe around him as he's like running to the desk and quickly lighting, like touching a lamp that begins to glow with some mana energy. What is the meaning of this, Miss
I don't like
Ayudo?
you. I don't like you. I don't like you. I never liked you. But you know what I did? I did trust you. I trusted you because I thought you had the best interest of the kingdom at heart. And now I know you don't, okay? I know you've been up to something with Rasmus, and we know that what Rasmus is up to is not good. So don't waste any more of our time. And she is brandishing her pen. So don't waste any more of our time. Tell us what you are up to.
Make an investigate.
Okay, I'm going for Defy.
Yeah.
I get 3 in this now, so that's good.
Oh,
With the +1 for the team ability.
Oh, we did get the +1.
Oh my god, I rolled 3 2s. Are you kidding me? Oh.
Can-
All right. Well,
Can I aid in any way?
you could, although I have
if
already
you
rolled.
have assistance,
so you could spend
2 stress, I think,
spend
or
1 stress to give me an extra die. Obviously, I rolled incorrectly because I should also get a +1 from my ability. If I confront bad behavior, I get +1.
there you go.
Okay.
So
I'll do that.
rolling
I'll give you another extra die as well.
okay, is that okay? Can I roll 5?
So then you would mark stress as well, pillar 7.
Doing that.
So I'm rolling an additional 2 on top of the 3 2s I just rolled. I'm hoping for the best. A 4.
A
I'll take it.
4.
There we go.
And I'll put these dice in jail.
So we'll mark 3 more. That's the smart thing to do.
Mhm.
3 more. We're almost done with the second tier. So close. We go to gather information. So you get 1 question and 1 follow-up.
Okay. I have what are you really feeling? And I want to ask that in the sense of like, where are your allegiances? You know, we know he's working with Rasmus. I want to know, is there anyone else in the picture here?
The pen, I feel like your pen is more than it usually is today, of course, now that it's transcended in your hand. Last time we saw it moving of its own accord, like writing down your notes. There's this sense it's in the like almost not glowing, that's not that, but it's like there's something about you in the pen that is emanating strength. And he steps back and grasps onto the windowsill behind him. Miss Ayudo, have you transcended?
I think that for a second she tries to focus that energy and like be dramatic by transcending again. And she kind of gestures with a pen and then gestures with it again. And nothing more is happening other than that sense of warmth. She's like, okay. You want to find out the hard way?
I have done nothing that none of the other nobles of this kingdom wouldn't have done themselves, granted the chance. To seize power, to control.
You didn't think you already had enough power?
There's always more to be taken.
From who? From who? Who are you taking power from now?
From you. From the Duke and Duchess. From the King and Queen. My allegiance is to me.
So it's you. You're the mastermind behind all of this.
Mastermind, I saw an opportunity and I took it. Before you ask your follow-up, Pillar 7, what are you doing?
I think Pillar 7's whole thing is to be here as support. Sorry, one second. To be here as support, but I think that seeing this person who is, again, you know, their whole thing is rank and file, who is above them, being dressed down by somebody of their own rank, and also aiding her in this. I don't know. I guess maybe she just like put her hand on her shoulder or something. She's doing it. It's something emboldening in her, but she's not going to take this moment from Tamara. So she's just there with her hand on her shoulder, like doing her little squeeze, purely support, and of course blocking the door so nobody can get out.
So, would you like to roll investigate with like an empathize?
Yeah.
To show the support you're giving to her?
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay.
Unless you want to, like, at the end of this, do but help a friend recover, but I think we're focusing a little bit on getting those investigation tiers up.
Yeah. So I've got two.
And your highest die.
Yeah. I rolled a 2 and a 6.
A 2 and a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 6 is great. So that'll give us 4 segments, which officially fills 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're well on the way to filling tier 3. That'll be super helpful.
Okay.
And you'll also get 2 questions from your sheet and a follow-up during this scene.
Okay.
So tomorrow you can take your follow-up now, or you can use it during Pillar's questioning as well.
Do you want to follow up on my one so you've got more information to work with?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and we'll see where we go next.
Okay. I've got 2 questions, right, Greg?
And a follow-up.
Okay, so I think, firstly is who here is willing to do violence? Like, is this looking like it's going to become an altercation?
Ooh. So you put this hand on Tamara to like show you're there, to show that you're support, but it's also a chance for you to step forward and like sort of scope.
Full scan, yeah.
Lord Venkin is not looking to do violence. He's facing off against 2 Ley-Knights. There's no way against their artifacts' powers. But that grasp back to the windowsill behind him, you see his hand like moving up to the window latch and like unlocks the window and just pushes it open a creak.
Okay, then next up is what is most dangerous here?
I wonder. Tamara is probably the most dangerous person here right now.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
And then the follow-ups can be anything.
Yeah. He's got no support in here. He was looking at something on his desk, right? Could I peek at that? What was he looking at?
He had turned on a light. He'd come out of his bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow, do you want to ask your follow? If you
do you want to go and I'll go for anything? Yeah. I'm watching that window pop, but I don't know what to think about it.
Yeah, I think that Tamara clocks that too. I feel like almost that there's like another little squeeze maybe from Pillar when you notice it, which draws my attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, "You're gonna run away? You're a coward. You're a coward, Venkin. That's all you are, and a really condescending one at that. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do now that we're on to you?"
You have no real evidence. I could stand trial. See freedom yet. But perhaps it might be best for everyone involved if I were simply merely, and the window opens a little bit more behind him, to disappear into the night and into the streets of the kingdom.
I think the more he opens that window, I step forward.
His eyes go wide
Yeah,
at Pillar's
please
stature.
do not make this harder than it has to be. Tomorrow, what do you want to do with him?
I think that Tamara's going to look around and think she probably knows the layout of his chambers because I feel like he's always using her to do odd jobs. He probably has sent her to get his laundry more than once. Totally not her job. And I think she's thinking, there's a room that has no windows. And she's going to say, lock him in here so we can't do any more damage for now.
Understood.
It's like it's like a supply closet in this office where a bunch of writing and things and extra like mana lamps.
All right, yeah, I will lock him in there. Understood. She goes over. I'm just gonna say you are under arrest.
This isn't right. You can't. I'm a lord. No. As the
We are
door
Ley-Knights.
shuts
As
behind
I slam him into this closet.
You still get a follow-up. Pillar 7.
What was he looking at? What was on the table? I get he was trying to like.
No, he was turning on a lamp. That was when.
Okay, but what
was
looks
literally
like he's
turning
been
on
working on
lights.
stuff in here? It's his study, right?
If you like tear through the desk to see what he was working on most recently, you see that indeed this whatever he was doing with Rasmus was one of many plans that he seemed to have going. You also see correspondence with someone from the factory keeping reports on potential future nights.
Oh.
And you see one name in particular that sends him reports more and more. And that is your old mentor, Foundation.
Yeah, I think I just called Tomorrow over. Tomorrow, these are from the factory.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pillar.
This must be a mistake. Madam Foundation would never. I think she stands up straight and says, Tamara, I owe you an apology. I have been treating you as someone to be protected, but you have shown that you have the mettle to lead. And then she takes a knee to Tamara and says, I would ask you to come with me to the factory to confront Madam Foundation.
I think that Tamara reaches out a hand, especially since you've knelt down, so you can actually reach and like put their hand on your shoulder now.
Yeah.
And it's like, Pillar, I don't need to be protected by you, and you don't need to be led by me. We're a team, okay? This hierarchy stuff is clearly not working super well. She sort of points that at the supply closet.
Just yells at the cabinet.
I think it's time that we start working a little bit more collaboratively, okay? So yeah, I'll come with you, but not because I'm the leader or because I'm in charge, but because I want to help you and you're my friend, okay?
I understand. And she stands up. I think she gives Tamara hugs. Thank you.
Yay!
But let's just go.
I knew I'd get you to come out of your shell eventually.
Let's just see how things go.
And yeah, I think they'll head out, and I think she's taken Venkin's keys from inside the desk, so they lock the whole chambers as well and keep the keys.
Should we tell someone he's in the cupboard? By the way, I am not sure.
Bigger fish. We got a lot of other people to deal with. He's not going anywhere. Hopefully.
If you do mention to the Duke and Duchess when we return to the War Council, they will send guards to officially arrest him and put him in the dungeons.
Okay.
Because we've got them on our side.
Right.
Sure.
Surprisingly.
Right.
I have a second investigation action to make for Isabel. And I think this is something that came to Isabel before Tamara left. As Tamara was heading out the door, Isabel just sort of stepped forward and asked for a drop of ink from the pen in a little vial.
Yeah,
Please.
of course. Sure. She'll do that for you.
Thanks. I'll tell you. We're in a rush. I'll tell you later. And
Okay.
she runs off. Like after people have split, she runs off to find Mazzy. Like really waking Mazzy up out of bed, and pulling her up, and showing her the vial, and just like telling her, Rasmus the Spy Master has this silver mask is an artifact. It can control demons. There's some link, and also in a previous mission we were down on Earth, and we saw a demon that Aurora knew, and some of that demon got brought back in the pen that got awakened.
Bosno Sato. I've read the reports.
Yeah. So here's some of that demon. I need to know what's going on with this mask. What can we do? We have to defeat this thing. We were attacked by Rasmus, and maybe we can get a hint. Maybe we can learn something about demons this way.
Well, this is so much, Isabel.
We don't have time.
Are you okay?
No.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Okay.
She like puts on her big. I feel like she has these like bottle coat glasses. I don't know if she actually does, but yeah. Because she did have that like thing where she could see ley lines, so like these lenses. Yeah. So she puts those on, and she's just in her like fuzzy bunny-footed pajamas. Runs into the armory.
And Isabel is carrying a lamp behind her.
So give me a. What do you want to roll for this investigation?
Well, nothing good, because I don't have anything in any of these. I have.
Luckily, we only need.
Yes.
We only need 2 segments, so whatever you roll, will fill the investigation track to 3, and then I think don't need to investigate more. You can, but you don't need.
I think it's an analyze.
Okay.
But it's at a disadvantage. So that's a 6 and a 5. So that's a 5. Maybe that's 3 segments. So we go over.
Great. Perfect. So that will get you 1 question and 1 follow-up as Massey is analyzing the demon essence of Bosnisato from the pen.
Incredible. Okay. The first question is, I feel like I'm really using this one. Who here? They're all about people. They're all about people, and it's not so helpful. How are demons and the artifacts connected?
It's more than just history. You know that the artifacts are powered by mana, which can be drawn from demons in combat with them. Many artifacts are set up that way. Blades, weapons that can draw their blood and essence very quickly, physically. But it's more than that also. If you have an artifact that is like the pen, for example, the fountain of spilled ink, which now has a name, it absorbed Bosnosato's essence in a non-combative way, and that was even more powerful than it necessarily would be otherwise. They work on that.
Mhm.
They are inexorably connected. And Mazzy theorizes, because she's never heard of an artifact that can control demons, but perhaps if you created one using pure demon mana, demonic mana, that you could connect it like the way you described the polished mask works.
That must have been what they were trying to do on Earth, where Aurora was. Follow-up question. Looking, no, I don't have the plans yet because that part of me is elsewhere. Can I glean anything about how this might create a weakness, this connection? Can we slay the wheel bearer of this as we would slay a demon?
Yes.
Great.
I mean, there's Yeah, that's Mazzy, who's like, I was having such a nice dream. I mean, yes, I don't see why not. You could slay anything with your artifacts if they work that way.
Great. I have to go. You can keep working on this if you want, or go somewhere else. Don't trust anyone. We don't know what's compromised.
Where is Aurora? She's looking at you, and you can see the ley lens is there, as it's like you can almost see like computer code in it as it's scanning you.
Oh, Mazzy, we're falling apart.
What?
I think I might be dying.
No, you can't be. We'll figure this out. And as I say that, can you please read the conditions of coming out of your eclipse?
You escape eclipse when someone else mediates your dispute and your halves are able to reconcile their differences.
Cool. You just need to talk to her and your friends. They'll understand. They can help you. But
Mazzy,
Izzy,
this is it. You're my friend. I don't think any of the other ones in the Knights like me.
Yeah, because you and Aurora are always running around acting like you're better than everyone else. Like you don't need them. But you do.
I'm just trying to do my job.
Get him, Mazzy.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but damn.
I care about you, Isabel, but Aurora, I know she's a part of you now, but I miss how you were without her. I feel like you don't even need me anymore.
I need you. Mazzy, I need you. Now more than ever.
That's why I'm telling you. Go talk to your friends. They are your friends. They're my friends also.
Okay.
And I'll work on this. I still got that armor to polish up.
Yeah.
Now go! And pushes you out of the armory.
She takes a moment to tremble in the hallway and then gathers herself and walks off forward.
Okay. All right. Everyone's got some downtime. Investigation's totally full, so if we want to have some disagreements, or if anyone needs some healing, Now is the time.
Hi, I need to finish a project.
Oh, yes,
No.
that's
Right.
okay. Dante, how are you? Because we know you'll finish this. So
Mhm.
how do you finish the project? I guess that would be the role that we're looking for in the description.
I think Dante has been keeping the book that they got from Adrena in Aries home, and so they return to this empty silence to get the book, and it's like there's static in his ears because he's trying to still figure out what is the right path, what is the correct path, and nothing is making sense because he's just so worried about what is currently happening. But he takes a moment and grabs the book and lays it on the table and takes out the anachronist blade, which is just a hilt currently. He just like holds it in front of him, holds it over the book. He says, "If you have something to show me, you have to show me now." And it's just going to try to summon the blade without being transcended.
Okay. What do you want to roll for this?
I think a lot of their time stuff has been flow, but I don't know if that works for this. Let me look up the...
Move with grace and adapt to your circumstances.
No.
Helps if I unmute. It could be an express, maybe. Like
I was
you're
thinking maybe...
communicating with the blade.
Mhm.
Anything where you have more than one die.
The only thing that I have more than one in is flow.
Of course.
You can push if you have the stress to spare.
That would put me at 7 stress.
I see that was a big if.
You know what? Let's go. I'm gonna push myself, get an extra die. Which is 1 die.
Okay.
Boy. Oh boy. 4.
Okay. So it completes the track, which any roll would have. But the big thing is if you critted, you could have marked XP as well. So I think, yes, you summon the blade. And much like it was when you last worked on this project and you uncovered the ability to read ley bonds yourself and other people, and you looked at the hilt and it looked brand new, this is a fully brand new blade. Polished, sheen that you've never seen on it before.
There's a moment of relief and then just complete fear at what it could mean that he actually managed it.
I think we also see a line of ley circuitry begin etching and inscribing itself on the blade of the sword. And you know that in the right stance, you could cut the bonds between a knight and their artifact.
I wouldn't know this if I didn't need to. At least that's what he hopes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We come to everyone else. We got a few more downtime actions to wrap up before the break.
I've done my 2.
We have at least 2 more then. Isabel and Aurora have 1.
Yeah.
And Pillar has 1.
I'm not sure. Some kind of just whizzed at this point.
Have an argument. Help a friend recover.
I feel like it's got to be an argument, but it has to be with another player, right?
He does. You have to pick someone.
Which seems like a way right there. Does someone have any harm?
I have a level 1 harm. Dante's. Oh, in fact, all of us have some harm, I think.
Isabel's got a level 2.
Oh,
To bring it down to a level 1.
yes.
Okay, yeah, I can do help for cover then.
So we go to the War Council. Or wherever Pillar and Isabel might be. And Aurora?
Aurora's there, but I think this room is large, and there's places where you can sort of like get away to like a desk in an alcove or something.
Right.
I was thinking it might be back looking at the armor again, because it represents a disagreement. Although we've kind of done that before, though, right?
Just have a disagreement down there in the armory.
Yeah. I'm okay with the war council then.
The map on the table has changed. We are no longer looking at a sort of holographic imagery of the Earth, but now the moon. That's scanning. You can see the known kingdoms to you, kingdoms that you have allied with or had conflicts with in the past. And we're zoomed in on a kingdom that has been thus far unknown to you, the kingdom that Rasmus came from on the dark side of the moon.
I think. Right, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think it'll be a place where a point where like Pillar kind of walks in on you doing something.
Yeah.
Pillar tends to walk in on people doing things a lot.
I think adjusting the equipment that's going to help us go there. I'm just sort of like going over it. Do you want Aurora or Isabel?
I guess Aurora.
So Aurora is doing this like very diligently, just doing like a safety check on each of the these like helmets that we have. They're sort of like knight helmets, but they have like a glass visor, like crystal knight helmets that hold air.
Ah, smart.
I think. Sorry, hang on. As much as my throat is recovered, I still have to keep coughing every now and then. Water's a good shot too. Yeah, I think Pillar does come in, seeing Aurora. I guess alone. And then go up to him and say, how fares planning?
Pillar 7. It's we have a big task ahead of us, but I think we have the necessary equipment. I don't know what we'll face when we get there.
I would rather face it as a team, whatever it is.
That
Team
should be.
and whole.
If you're referring to my and Isabel's current condition, I need to assure you that we'll be fine and professional about it.
It is not professionalism that we need, Aurora. It is each other. It is companionship and compassion. I have come to realize that these things make a more cohesive unit than simple professionalism and rote orders.
I have to ask you, Pillar 7, how sincere is companionship and camaraderie when you know that you are a tool to be used?
Pillar stands up straight and says, I would rather be used by my friends than as a weapon by people who do not care about me. You do not care about me, and that is all right. But in this instance, those that you do care about, you need to be close to.
I think you misread me. I do care about you. I care about all of you. I care about humanity.
We are, and you will forgive me, but we are, oh, God damn it. We are pawns to you to serve humanity. It is something I came to understand a long time ago about myself. I am a pawn to be used for the good of humanity. But that is a burden that I bear willingly. It is something that I understand one day will be my undoing, and I would have it not be those of my friends or of you.
I think I understand the difference between us now. We're both pawns. I hesitate to say I'm willing, but I am here, and I am connected to you all, and I care.
I do not think it is me you need to tell that you are connected to, or that you care. But I would ask that you and Isabel talk earnestly before we take on this mission.
Pillar 7, does this helmet fit you?
Blinks and takes the helmet and gives it a cursory glance. It will suffice.
Good.
Pillar, go ahead and roll express or empathize.
Oof, okay.
I mean, you weren't forgiving, confessing. Yeah, it just doesn't.
It's so hard to forgive in this game.
Yeah, okay. One sec.
Is there a playbook that has points in forgive?
I don't know, but it's not
It's
this
not
one.
one
I
of
have
ours.
points in forgive.
I have a point in forgive.
Oh, okay.
Just haven't had a chance to use it. No forgiveness.
It's 2 4.
2 4s. Okay, so 4 is. I just had that open. What is it?
I
3
also have to
seconds?
roll, I think.
No, this is for just
have a
recovering.
Oh, it's recovery?
Yes.
Or is it a disagreement?
Wasn't clear.
This is recovery.
Oh, okay.
This was recovering.
Cool. That's very nice of you.
Which is
She tries her best. She's not
in
great.
your healing clock.
It would have been a very civil disagreement indeed if that's what it was.
Yeah. Was your recovery clock? Did you have any segments marked at all?
No.
Okay, so you're just one segment away from actually healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, it looks like we have a request to go to break, and I have one more downtime, so I would do it quickly after the break, I think.
Okay, sounds good. Dear viewers, then we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So feel free to stand up, stretch your limbs, do what you need, and we'll be back soon. Thank you. Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the final episode of Knights by Leylight, the second half.
You didn't say it was glittering.
Well, I don't know how much we're glittering now.
Oh, man.
It's worried glitter.
Glitter of concern.
You just got to clap really hard for Tinkerbell to get her glitter
Right,
back.
right. I believe in this. Let's go.
So there's one interaction that is happening right now. As we're kind of like walking down the hallway to whatever room it is, I think that we leave from to get to the dark side of the moon. It might be another like projection bay that we would like a backup one to go to Earth, but we can reorient it and aim it somewhere else, and maybe Mazzy does that or something for us. And there's a moment, and maybe Dante says something to Isabel, and Isabel stops and turns to Dante as the others walk down the hall, and it's the two of them alone. And it's my downtime action, but I would love for Ren to kick it off with Dante.
As the others begin to peel away from them, Dante repeats himself, "You don't have to do this."
Of course I have to go.
No, I mean, this situation with you and Aurora, it doesn't have to be like this. I know how to separate you permanently.
Sorry, just to be clear, are you threatening me, or are you planning to murder me, or?
No, that's
Okay.
that's Isabel. I'm not. I wouldn't try to murder you. No, I've been trying to find a way to separate someone from a ley artifact, and I figured it out. And if this isn't working, I can separate you. You don't have to do this.
Everyone who's ever finished with this artifact has died because of it. And if I understand you correctly, you're saying that that would be different.
Yes.
Dante, somehow that's deeply meaningful to me, and at the same time, I don't know if I can do that. I care about Aurora deeply, and if it didn't hurt her, she would be locked away again for I don't know how long until they use her again. I get to help her have a life.
It's not your responsibility to do that, Isabel. You have your own life. You can have it back.
I thought I did, but at the beginning I was upset about this. I didn't choose it. This was forced on me. But I see what Aurora has been through, and we've lived together now, the same two thoughts in one head, and I do care. Let me think about it. But I don't know. But we might be able to use that ability on a different artifact.
Okay. Dante, is your heart in this fight?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so technically, Isabel initiated the argument. What action do you want to roll for this?
I think it's an empathize in a way.
Okay.
I would like to either that or maybe it's an express, actually. Maybe it's express.
And Dante is going to make a resistance roll, either with moon or stars, despair and heartbreak, or panic and social pressure.
It's not really social pressure. I think we'll go with heartbreak.
Okay, moon resistance.
It's a 4.
I'm gonna go with empathize. I think it's an empathize. I'm still at -1 die because of hamstrung, so I'm at disadvantage. And that's a 2. So
A 2.
yeah.
So both of you mark 1 stress.
Yeah.
Dante will gain 3 links. Makes sense. And
Hmm.
Isabel will gain 1 link.
Yeah.
How much stress do you have, Dante?
Not 8.
Hey, me too, but backward.
Okay.
Boy.
Dante is
boy.
this close to eclipsing.
It's great.
You can
3
spend
links.
links to recover stress,
Yeah.
by the way.
Good to know. So if I got 3 links, can I? Can I spend 1 immediately?
Go for it.
Yeah. I think there's a case to be made that this conversation might have taken a little bit of weight off of Dante's shoulders also.
Yeah.
It's true.
And we're off to the dark side of the moon.
There's like a side swipe on the camera, and we see these 5 beams of moonlight teleport into a dim space. It's not like it would be pitch dark, because you would see like the light coming from the far ends of the moon. Like it would always be off on the horizon, like a sunset type space.
Yeah.
Your helmets are protecting you because you are not in an atmosphere. There is no grace here as you find yourselves in the streets of this ruined. It's hard to say. You can say ruined kingdom. It's not like the buildings are crumbling or anything. It's almost as if it was in stasis. But you might see. Would we see like bodies of people that were exposed to the vacuum as the Croatia's atmosphere fell?
What if they're like frozen?
Like in stasis or something, like
Possibly, but like I'm thinking like as the crush sorry, as the crush magic fails, maybe it simply draws all the energy out of people, so you just kind of freeze like a stone. You're dead, but you're not like lying down or anything. It's more eerie that way, I assume.
or is it like a safety, like stasis, on the hope that maybe salvation comes
Maybe.
and that the people can be reawoken?
That not.
It says no.
Okay.
This is not that kind of show. Sorry.
Griffith's like they're all dead.
They
Stop
are.
being nice.
Nice
I
try
don't.
having hope there, Jacob.
Yeah.
You know what it makes me think of what you
Safety,
described
get out of here.
is in Pompeii and Herculaneum, how people
Yes.
just got stuck.
Yeah, exactly like that. And even then, like some people have like not been shattered, maybe, but like in the panic, some bodies have fallen over, the shattered parts, people even crumbling.
Oh.
Yeah, the Pompeii Vesuvius motion, that's really good.
Because sorry, just a sec.
Because they're dead, but they look cool.
I'm not trying to like describe it like gruesomely or anything. If you know what happens when people are exposed to vacuum, it is quite a gruesome picture. I much prefer seeing them sort of encased in ice with the odd like specks of blood perhaps here and there to indicate that these people have passed. They do not. There's no chance of bringing them back. Your helmets are protecting you, and you do see it's a smaller, more intimidating castle. The castle we have in our kingdom is a lot more sort of like fantastical, pastoral. This is, instead of these tall like spires with pennants, waving in the fake wind that blows through our creche. This castle is sort of squat and square with its towers, sort of like these rectangular blocks coming up. And you can see that just over the castle is a creche, an atmosphere that has appeared. And we see our knights making their way into that direction. As we move into the engagement role of our mission phase. So, at the start of the mission, the protagonists make a special fortune roll. The number of dice used, there's always hope. The protagonists start with 1 die. Is the mission particularly heroic or noble? Yes, take 1 die. Does the mission
one extra die?
Sorry?
1 extra die?
Yeah, so we'll get to, this is for the engagement. But whoever, the one person who will roll it. Does the mission's goal or methods reflect the worst parts of the protagonists? No. So, no penalty. Is the mission following through on details from the investigation? Yes. Are you acting rashly? No. I mean, a little, but not terribly. Does this mission determine the fate of a friend? Yes. Does the mission's tier, you have enough, so you're rolling the mission, you also get 1 for having enough investigations.
Was there one more? Do you want to give us 1 more?
Does anyone have, is there anything else that would give us 1 more? 5's still really good.
5's really good.
Hey, 5's really good, but 6 could be more good.
Who's making our engagement roll today? Who has not yet made an engagement roll?
Pam, have you done it?
I don't think I have, but I don't want to.
It's your time. It's your time.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So roll 5 dice.
All right.
I believe.
3, 4. God. Okay. What am I going off? Just a straight roll, yeah?
You just roll 5 dice and you give me the highest one.
Oh. Okay. God. 4. 4's the highest one.
It's a mixed result. We are in a risky position.
Which is great, because I got 2s and 1s for everything else.
Thank you, Paul.
I've had a secret clock going for every non-investigation action that you took during downtime. Rasmus summoned another demon.
Oh.
So,
but
You
why,
rascal. Scamp.
So there are 4 demons that are here. I think they look, as we cut to you entering into the throne room of this castle. Again, I think instead of sorry, Jacob, did you, or were you
I was just
moving
posing.
dramatically? Okay. Wonderful. We enter into this throne room that's dark. I can't imagine there are any light sources, and even like mana lamps or torches would burn up precious oxygen, and there's no extra mana here to draw on. So it is dark with just barely the light from the sun beyond the edges of the moon streaming in through the windows here. We see 4 purpley shadowy silhouettes of a featureless Rasmus step forward from behind the big throne where the previous king of this kingdom is frozen dead in its seat. And like somewhere in this place you hear Ares' voice. Dante! Be careful! Echoing from around here.
Ares, stay where you are. We'll get you.
And the demon Rasmuses, the 4 of them, approach.
I think Tamara's gripping her pen and she's doing the thing that we saw her do earlier where she's kind of gesturing with it. And she's trying not to let the others see that it's not doing the thing.
Just as a reminder, what's your trigger?
Ooh, well, we have to find out.
Oh.
It's not something you can
What?
control. It's something that has to come up with the dice. So
I will pull the comb out and transcend. Isabel pulls the comb out and it turns into this blade, and Aurora makes a mirrored motion. Stand there. Rasmus?
You can hear her laughter quadruple as these demonic forms, their mouths open without like moving, and the laughter emerges from them.
Nice.
I see you've made it to my former home. How brave of you.
You've done this.
I've done what? And all four of them sort of raise their hands up, like motioning.
You've destroyed this kingdom.
This kingdom destroyed themselves. I was but a lone Ley-Knight. You at least have a team. I had no one to rely on, and my failures were my own to bear.
What are you planning to do with our kingdom?
There's no response as the demons continue moving forward.
Where is Eri?
Come and find him. The demons are going to just like straight up move on you, especially because Isabel and Aurora were doing the most talking. I'm going to need a resist roll. Sun, please.
Yes. So I get 2 dice in this.
Mhm.
That's a 4.
Okay, so you'll take 2 stress as they sort of come down. Their hands, arms turn into like these blades.
Mhm.
You manage to push them off. Clang,
Uh,
clang.
I think Isabel's gonna turn to Dante in this moment and say, Dante, go find him. We'll hold them off.
Dante won't pause, he'll go. I don't even know how to begin to find him. Can I... Would it just be analyze, or can I perceive and gather info?
You can perceive we're in a risky position. So
Well,
you need a 6 to avoid consequences.
oh, I have things for that. It's fine.
I'll spend a stress to assist if I can. I think Tamara, since the pen's not doing the thing that it was supposed to be able to do now, she's falling back into what she usually does, which is take a step back, analyze the situation. So she's been listening to where Eri was going from, and we'll kind of be like, I think somewhere in that direction, Dante.
Okay, Dante, you'll get an extra die on this.
Cool. Great. Oh wait, yes. Oh my god. 4.
Okay, you do it, but
I saw the 1 first, and I was like, no.
It's hard to tell. The way it's echoing, there are 2 wings that go off. You know it's in one of the alcoves. If you choose the wrong one, you don't want to think about what'll happen if you choose the wrong one.
Okay. All right, I have something for my next action, but I'll let other people.
I'm drawing another clock.
Mhm.
Okay.
Honor the clock.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Pillar.
Pillar steps up to assist. Or was that a pillar something happening? Either one.
Pillar, what are you doing?
Okay, yeah, so Pillar steps up to assist with these oncoming creepy demons.
Okay. You're going to defy them?
Yeah, I'm gonna defy him. I'm gonna defy him real good. But also, I don't really count as protecting now, so no. Okay, yeah, just gonna go straight defiance.
Or do you want to transcend, by the way?
Oh God, yes, I should have. Yeah, so let me tell you again. Pillar steps forward. I think she looks to Tamara. There's a moment where she wants to say something, but she remembers that Tamara can handle herself. So she's just gonna be a friend and trust her. And she pulls out her baton, which, as she transcends, her whole body kind of takes on this almost holographic armor. She looks like a human-sized Gundam in this armor, and the baton takes on this like hard light sheen around it as well as she leaps into the fray in this this full black with purple accents armor that she wears.
Very cool.
And,
Okay,
yeah,
roll.
now it's time to roll defiant. Please don't screw up. So 2.
2. You were already in a risky
I
whiskey.
was a whiskey. You know what? She's still at odds. She's still thinking about Madden Foundation. So she takes a stance. Like for a moment, she falters.
Yeah, and as you do, 2 of the demons begin flanking you, putting you into a desperate position as they corner you away from your friends. Okay. Sorry, reading. We'll get there. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Tamara. What are you besides just assisting?
Tamara she's still trying to do something. She's trying to remember, like, what did I do? What did I do? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? This is not the time. This is not the time. I thought we were past this. And she's panicking and she's stressing and she's looking around and she's trying to think, what the hell can she do? And she just shouts out, Rasmus, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what happened to your kingdom. I'm sorry for what happened to you. But you don't have to repeat the same steps. It doesn't have to be the same again.
Okay. Rolling forgive?
Yeah, I think it is a forgive, actually.
Go for it.
Do it. I have 1d when increased effect when fighting my most powerful foes. Now I don't know if it's fighting, but I'm trying something.
Okay.
I have increased effect on this.
How many dice are you rolling?
It's a one die I have to forgive.
Can I give you an assist on this?
Yeah, thank you.
So this is Isabel. Sort of echoes your call out and says, "We can work through this together. We don't have to fight it over."
Are you spending a link or taking stress?
No, I'm taking a stress.
3 and a 1.
Okay. That's still bad, but it increases it. So you do it, but there's a consequence.
Yeah.
I
think that I was trying to do was almost like buy us a bit of time, keep her talking.
I truly do wish that could be so, but I'm too far gone now.
You're never too far gone. It's never too late to change path.
No, you're right. And perhaps it is your path that needs changing, as one of the two remaining Rasmus demons bears down on you, putting you into a desperate situation as it clangs and bounces off of your pen that like kind of moves into place to deflect it.
I think Isabel shouts no and leaps forward to strike this one. It's sort of leaving Aurora's side to intercede between Tamara and this, because she can see that Tamara is having difficulties to transcend again. So I would take a direct attack on this thing.
Okay.
This is a defy roll. -1 die. Okay.
Blowing that
Yeah.
special luck on it.
That's 6.
Yes!
Yeah.
You slice through the demon Rasmus that bore down on her, and it dissipates, and this demonic spectral energy kind of goes up into the air. Actually, and into your blade, powering it. The twilight going even further.
Wow, okay. So I cut through this. Turn. Tamara, are you okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
I think Dante, looking at these two paths in front of them, is going to take the Anachronist blade and hold it aloft, and there is the blade is still present, and there's a shearing noise as you saw it coming. And using time manipulation, I'm going to be in 2 places at once.
Oh, what?
It's listed on the thing, so
Oh my
I'm
God.
not making it up.
It's real.
Yes. So there's going to be a moment where he's a bit off balance and then just run down both pathways.
Nice.
So cool.
But I need to roll. I need to spend my special armor for that, actually. Hold on.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta expend my special armor. Goodbye.
I think we're going to go with flow
Cool.
on this risky action.
It's 5.
The 5. Okay. Something is happening as you. I'm just letting you know something is happening in the background. Clocks are ticking. Your two halves split off and start running down. How do you perceive both? Is it like a split screen?
Yeah,
sort of video
it
game
literally
effect?
becomes it becomes like a split screen with 2 halves, and it's like the 2 perspectives of Dante taking in the information at once. This won't last long, and he's gonna have to pick to be one place one time, but for now he's just trying to see how much they can get.
You're moving slower than you would if you had moved, because it's
Yeah.
your bandwidth is halved. And one side goes off into one wing, and it leads into a sort of chapel. As that half Dante looks around, it's totally bare and empty. The other half runs into what appears to be a archive that looks quite similar to the archive in our kingdom. And there you see the true Rasmus with Eri, as she's like pushing him down on a table and forcing him to look through these massive tomes and records, and she's saying, "Find it, find it." And I think with that, the first half that went to the chamber probably like disappears as you reunite and become whole in this space. However, you now realize what this clock is ticking, as you can see Eri is bruised and battered.
Oh no.
He just levels the blade towards Rasmus.
Finally. And she like jumps on the table and starts coming towards you. Back in the throne room, Tamara, you've been freed from a demon. No devils here, just demons. But Pillar, you are in a desperate position as you've been flanked by 2 demons and their arms are coming down like blades towards you.
I'm sorry. I think I might talk the words it gets. I'm going to use... Oh, damn, that's not going to work, actually. Because Pillar promised Tamara that they were going to treat me like they need protecting, so that's half the whole thing. But I am going to just strike out both of these. I think Pillar's going to... they're flanking like on like both in front of her, to the side of her?
Yeah, probably like coming from either side of you, so you don't know which side you should protect from.
I think then there's a case to this. I'm going to try and use Defy to strike at both of them by using her staff. And again, it's the staff's able to serve this crystalline object, but it projects these 2 ends, like not Darth Maul style, but you get the picture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and take a shot at both of these guys, see if I can not suck this time. Oh, 6.
6.
Yeah.
Mark XP because this was a desperate action.
Yep.
As you're able to strike out at both of them.
Absolutely.
Knocking them to the ground, and you're like literally both sides of your artifact absorbing their energies and beginning to glow and resonate with that dark purple energy that we'd seen on your armor now.
Yeah, the whole thing actually, I think, it flows upwards like a circuit, maybe into the armor.
I think, did we slay all the demons here?
There's one left, more. I think. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Tamara.
The dice don't want Tamara to be able to do anything yet. She is still standing here.
Standing here, but Isabel has just freed you.
Yeah, Tamara can't hurt the demons.
That's right, she's not transcended.
Yes, because until something bad happens to somebody, she will not. So yeah, she can't act.
I have something that can happen in the meantime that can...
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, in that case, if I use Watchful to protect an ally, but not protect like Tamara needs protecting, but as a friend.
Sure.
Nope, I've only done it. So scratch that. Sorry, I was just being trying. I just want to do something, but I couldn't figure anything else out. So
you just killed 2 demons. You smashed it.
You're really good.
It's probably as a guardian, all her stuff is about protecting people.
So
no, it's just because like you guys are smashing it in the fight, so Tamara kind of doesn't need to do anything yet. So she's just like, yeah, go team.
Does she want to chase after Dante? I guess you don't necessarily know which Dante went the right direction.
Yeah, I don't know where Dante is.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to Dante. Rasmus. Oh, yes?
I would flip it, like just sort of intercede briefly with, I have an ability, Inseparable, and I can expend my special armor to resist consequences that would impact my relationships with others or within myself, or to magically appear from within my allies. Dante is alone with Rasmus. Aurora watches the thread of the demon coming out of the sword that Isabel is wielding, sees it, and says, I know where you are. Pardon me. And just steps into the shadow and appears in the shadows of the room, stretching out of Dante and appearing in the shadows in the room with Rasmus.
Okay.
And that's my special armor.
I don't think Rasmus quite notices this because she's so focused on Dante and she's moving towards you on the table.
I'm happy to roll conceal.
Yes, please do.
Okay, it's still a disadvantage even though I got a dot in it. I still have -1 die. So
this is I think we're up to controlled. You weren't in any major danger back there besides the one.
I was still
Yeah.
facing a demon, so when Aurora steps away, the demon turns on Isabel, basically.
We can call it risky then.
Just keep the stakes high. Here we go. That's a 2 and 3. So, steps in.
As you go to defend Dante, leaves Isabel open, who
Yeah.
then demon attacks her in the back.
Mhm.
Level 1 harm because it was only risky.
Tamara's pen pulls itself to block that demon, and as it happens, she transcends. And she turns to Isabel and says, "We protect each other.
We protect
You
each other.
okay?"
Yeah. That was great. You're doing great.
You too. Don't worry. And Tamara, now transcended, will try and attack the demon that went for Isabel.
All right, go for it.
Is that a defy?
I'd be happy with a flow as well. That was super graceful.
It was. Let's pretend it was a defy, though, for reasons of what's on my character sheet. It was a really flowy defiance, although I appreciate the options.
Do you need more dice?
I could use more dice, actually, yeah, since it's a
would
dramatic
give
bit.
you help.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm rolling 3, so come on, dice, don't let me down. Oh, I got a 6.
All right. Managing to take out that last demon.
And I don't take any harm from that, or do I take?
No, I'll take it because I use protect a teammate to take your consequence. I need to do that to transcend. So I take level 1 harm from getting hit by the blade, I guess, when I blocked it.
Yeah.
We'll call it bruised. You probably took the brunt of the blade as you moved it up and out of the way.
Thank you.
And the fountain of spilled ink, just as you moves in, just absorbs this demon through its will.
I think as that happens, Tamara remembers the last person who held the fountain of spilled ink before it was recovered. But all she sees is tally marks, day after day, tally mark, weeks stretching into months, as somebody was waiting on Earth to be found and never was.
Rasmus was bearing down on Dante, but Aurora moves into the space through the shadow and is quite obvious with that poor conceal check.
Get him.
And I think as she does that, literally those tendrils that are on the polished mask, 4 of them on the one side, the side facing Aurora, stretch out, grabbing Aurora and lifting her up, much as we saw the same happening to Tamara before. Rasmus, still eyes on Dante, but without even thinking, wraps up Aurora in these tendrils of her mask. Dante, what do you do?
Should I make a resistance roll or anything?
Not yet. That was more of a complication from your... Because we gave Isabel... we almost gave Isabel harm, and I did a complication there.
Got it.
Dante.
I think Dante is going to transcend. Sorry. Dante is going to transcend. So again, it's just these series of doors unlocking, and you realize the sound of it. It's the same sort of effect as when you watch a mirror within a mirror within a mirror. You hear this door unlocking, and it sounds like a series of doors, but it's the same door over and over and over and over, stretching through time. The blade is still new in his hand, and he is just going to go straight for Rasmus. There's nothing complicated in this action.
Okay. Flowing, defying,
Flowing.
forgiving? No.
Forgiving? Do you see my great great grandnephew? Absolutely
Do you need-
not.
Do you need more dice?
I've got to hold your die. Just hold it for a second, because Dante needs to like get Rasmus down a little bit before we can try to sever this thing off her face. That's a 5.
Oh. Okay. You move in, attacking her, bearing down on her, forcing her to sort of struggle. However, the other half of the mask, those tendrils kind of lash out, and you're going to take level 1 harm scratched as they sort of
Cool.
across your face.
I just got rid of my scratch.
Tamara and Pillar, you can hear now the sounds of this combat coming from the left wing.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yep, let's move.
Weird. I feel like Pillar 7 is fast striding and Tamara's running. She's speedier now. She's transcended though.
You come into this room where you see Aurora being held up. Isabel's probably also coming after you.
Yeah, like slower and sort of like takes a moment as exiting the room just to scan, because we were thrown into the action, and just to be like, did we miss anything? And then keeps going.
Okay. Rasmus is there's like this scratch across her mask from Dante's attack. She is like staggered backwards a little bit, but sort of standing again and looking around. You can't stop me. We'll find the knowledge I need. And I'll find where on earth I need to go.
What are you trying to find?
She's trying to find a source of power on Earth. Ares shouts out, and then one of the tentacles just sort of like reaches backwards and like shoves him back into the stacks.
Don't touch him. It's like Dante's going to keep attacking.
Go for it. X-Men style beatdown. Everyone takes turns.
Very upset. He's too frustrated. Those are 2s.
Yeah, those tentacles will like lash out, and as they block your blade, they'll also start scratching you up even more. For a second level? No, you're at level 2 now.
Yes.
Gouge.
Are you... So
Gouge.
both, yeah. Jeez.
Unless you want to spend a link to shrug off harm.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
You have 3
it's an
links.
option. I do. I have 2.
I don't want to have to ignore one harm.
Oh, you have 2. Okay.
I can So I was gonna say that as Rasmus is going for Dante, Tamara will sort of shout out, This is what happens. This is what happens when you try and do things alone. You need people around you. You need to stop trying to be alone. We're all together. We're friends. We love each other, and we're gonna look after each other. And I'm using my transcended ability of Beacon, which is by speaking out to support my allies. Everyone can act as though I've spent a link on them and choose any link thing they want.
Nice.
Cool.
Amazing.
You can clear 2 stress, ignore a harm, or take 1 dice to the next action you do.
I'm gonna take 1
I
die.
will. I'll ignore the harm.
Nice. I'm gonna take 1 die, and Aurora has an action wrapped up in some of the tendrils. Just grabs them and like grabs onto the mask and pulls herself toward Rasmus and says, "I know what it's like to lose everything. There's a way forward that doesn't have to lose more." And I'm going to take this as hopefully an empathize roll.
You are in a desperate position due to being entangled, but yes.
Yes, I'm happy to take a desperate roll and take the +1 die, -1 for my health, so I just have the 1 die right now. Here we go. That's a 1.
As you pull yourself forward, they sort of wrap tighter and tighter around you, and we're going to take a level 2 as a harm as the tendrils move up to her neck.
So like
and
choked.
become choked, exactly.
Oof.
That's your second level 2.
That's my second level 2. I got all my level 1s though, so fill me up.
Okay.
I was gonna say real quick, because I'm a little bit. I've got an ability that allows me to grant one dice to an allied action at the expense of a link. Can I give that to Isabel?
Do you have any links?
We just got a link.
We just got links.
You
Yeah.
just got a link. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use that to Aurora to see if
Okay.
we can avoid this consequence.
Yes, sorry to Aurora, yes.
That's 2. Thank you though.
Okay, all right. Well, okay.
Okay.
We tried.
Yeah, we tried.
I will do whatever it takes to survive. And you Knights, you don't understand just how overwhelming it is to be the sole bearer of responsibility for Akracia's survival.
We don't understand. The
You have
pillars
each other.
are all that stands between our crash and destruction, and by doing so, we martyr ourselves over and over again. I understand. Every one of us understands. Sure, we have each other, but everyone faces their demons alone first. It's because we have each other that we can do that.
Pillar, can you roll?
No, don't make me roll anything. God.
You have to.
God.
These dice games, man.
God.
Roll express? Yes. You're with an agenda. You're trying to teach someone a valuable lesson about friendship.
Yeah. Okay. Express?
Yes.
Okay. Three. Yeah.
I'm not. I would say that's risky. No. As so, all the tendrils Aurora gets thrown against the wall. Tendrils go up in the air, and two of them go up, 2 of them go down, lifting Erasmus up as she's there, scratched and bloodied from your onslaught. I will not be denied, and I need everyone to make a sun resistance roll, as this psychic emanation is coming off of the mask right now.
Okay.
I got a 6.
0 stress for Dante.
5.
Okay, 1 stress for Aurora and Isabel and Tamara.
4.
4, so 2 stress for Pillar 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is it. One last action before she's going to escape.
I think Tamara is going to run to where Aurora was thrown and grab her hand, and then drag her over to Isabel and grab her hand and say, "We have each other. We have each other." And I want to propose that we do a group defiance
Yeah.
against Rasmus.
Okay.
Sort of the Isabel stands and helps Aurora up with Tamara's help and says, we have each other, if nothing else, and takes the comb and starts to catch because there's a little bit of magic that's come back into this place. There's a little bit of atmosphere in here. There's tiny little threads of ley lines. And so Isabel wants to catch the lines, the ley lines, and start to try to comb and weave them into a shape, and looks to the others to use their artifacts as well.
Yeah, I think Tamara starts sketching, and she's just sketching lines around all of them to interweave with the ley lines. And the ink from the fountain of spilled ink is spraying out and gathering around them.
Dante will take the blade, shift it away from Rasmus to direct it towards what Aurora and Isabel are doing.
And Pillar will expand the the bubble of that hard hologram so that everyone has that same shell of defense.
I think I'm going to ask Dante to roll this group defiance.
So a group action, we all roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Somebody
My
has to
goodness.
somebody has to choose to be the leader, and we'll take a stress for every failure.
Because I wonder if this is where we try to...
Yeah, I was thinking so.
Maybe Dante leads it.
Okay,
Are
that's
you
fine.
okay with...
all right.
Yeah,
Like, no stress.
So
I
we
might
all
eclipse.
roll.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, Michelle, how do we roll this group check?
So everyone rolls it, and everyone, we all take our highest, and whatever the highest between all of us is the result. But if anyone rolls failures, so a 1, 2, or 3 as their highest, then Dante would take a stress.
Ah,
If that makes sense. But a
Okay.
4, 5, 6 is safe as long as you roll one of those.
all right.
Okay.
So we're rolling Defy. Any stress links we want to use?
I have the link.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got link.
I used up my link.
I'm holding on to my link though, because it could save my life as well. Because
Mm.
I'm coming to the end here.
Yeah.
Okay.
On stress.
Had a feeling.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we're
Ready?
just rolling straight.
My heart is a 6.
Haha!
4-2.
Oh,
But
6.
4. 6.
2, 4, 6.
That's a crit. And Dante?
I got a 4.
4. Okay, so we've critted on this. Dante, would you like to describe the disconnection?
As the late energies, as these lines begin to twist and form and gather, the anachronist blade almost acting as if it has a will of its own, and maybe it does. The lines begin to spin and wrap around the blade itself, and all of you begin to see the timeline of these energies, how long they've existed. You feel it within yourself, extending further past, beyond into the future, and deeper into the past itself. And you begin to see the connection that forms between the mask and Rasmus. And there is a sudden focusing of all of these ley energies. It's almost with laser precision. There is this slicing motion, and the blade doesn't touch Rasmus, but all of you can feel this sudden shattering, this disconnect of something powerful that was once is no longer. I'm not sure how Rasmus reacts,
So
but I imagine it's painful.
it is. There's a scream, and the mask, like, to say it falls from her face would be an understatement. I think it's like there's like this implosion of force energy as the mask like away from her, clattering to the floor, chipped and battered, but not necessarily broken. However, that same again, it's not as if it's glowing, but you can sense power from it quickly fading. And the air in this chamber starts to become thinner as well, since the mask was the thing keeping atmosphere in this place.
I think
We're still in
Dante's
the mask, though, right?
You still have your masks. Erasmus and
airy.
Ari do not.
Oh,
Mary.
Dante,
Is everyone all right? And he's the older gentleman is sort of like standing up from the stacks.
Dante is going to run towards Eri. His transcendence begins to fall away as he does. And can I use the flashback to have packed him a sort of rebreather? Because I feel like that would be equipment that we would have.
Sure. Or another extra helmet.
Yes.
How much stress do you have?
I've got 1 second. I've got 6. I've got
Okay.
6.
Okay, so 2 stress isn't going to push you into eclipse. That would have been. But yes, so definitely you have a helmet for him as this place is very quickly. Rasmus is there, moaning on the ground.
And we have something for Rasmus too, most likely.
Someone else is gonna have to help her. I got nothing.
I can have packed another helmet as well.
Okay.
And I think that I'll
Also-
do the stress. I'll very reluctantly like just pull out and hold it out.
Put it on her.
hmm
Well, Dante, thank you for saving me. Thank you all. She was so horrible. She was seeking a place somewhere on Earth that she could use as a stronghold for summoning demons, but this
Eri, don't worry about all of this right now. I mean, worry about keeping yourself together until we get back to the
Yes.
crash.
Yes. Luckily, these archives were woefully organized.
They'll just have to stay that way, Ari.
I don't think Rasmus is going to be doing anything of the sort anytime soon.
yeah. If we've got her with a mask on, I'm just gonna pin her down with my staff so she can't do anything, just in case.
Yeah, she's so stunned, like it's by this psychic feedback that she's received from having, and you can see her face. I think for the first time as well. Her face underneath it is, because I think she had originally had sort of like a her face underneath it is pale and like drawn, almost as if the mask had been like leeching energy out of her skin. And she definitely, you can see wrinkles here that age her, that make her older than you would have assumed from the way she held herself.
Does it seem like the mask aged her? So it's like just around her eyes is aged, but her mouth is not, or is it like?
I
she's
think
older
the age is
over?
here. True age. She's definitely older
Right.
than expected.
We should be getting back.
All right.
Oh, I dropped my transcendence. Okay, we're good here.
Yeah, I think Tamara does as well, and she's gonna kind of like come over to Isabel and Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora's on the ground, sort of like catching her breath, and Isabel as well. Both of them are not doing super great.
I think Tamara's just gonna sit on the ground with them. and be like, thanks for stepping in and saving me there. Protecting me as always.
I just, if anything happened to you, I'd be sad.
Yeah, I'd be sad if anything happened to you. Both of you. You both put so much into trying to be strong. You try so hard to be strong, and I don't think you realize you already are. You are strong, even when you're not trying to be, and you will protect all of us, even when you're not trying to be all stoic. We know we can trust you, and I hope you know that you can trust us too. We protect each other.
Yeah. Thank you. We need each other. All of us need each other, and I just didn't know how to say it right. I feel like every time I tried to talk about it, it would come out wrong, and
I probably could have been a little more open to what you had to say. I just look up to you both so much, and I desperately wanted to show you that I could be as cool and strong as you. And I eventually realized I had to be cool and strong in my own way. But maybe if I'd realized that sooner, I wouldn't have been so hard on you.
No, I deserved it in a way. I was selfish or self-centered, and Aurora sits up and says, and I as well, I have to apologize because you made a decision for yourself that you wanted to bond with this artifact, and it has only brought pain to so many, and to see one more person travel that path when they didn't need to was hard, but I accept your desire, and I see your bravery and your strength of your own, and I'm in awe of it.
I'm glad I chose this path. I am. And I'm sorry for calling you a traitor, Aurora. You're a hero.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
Well, you are to me.
Well, we're some kind of something resembling a family here. So, Isabel, I think it's time we try to put this stress behind us. And they embrace as well. And Aurora sort of melts into, and the transcendence goes away, and the eclipse as well. And Isabel just sits there and says, it's kind of funny, somewhere in between the twilight and the dawn. It's where the night is, I guess. Shall we get home?
Yeah. Are there any more truths we really have to speak? Just sort of look around at everybody.
I guess for all of you, I don't know what we're going to find when we come home. How deep this goes, and what other secrets we're going to discover. And I think all of us standing in this room, we have to trust each other.
Yeah.
Thank you for trusting me when you didn't need to.
Yeah, let's get back. Oh, Pillar, we left Fenken in the cupboard.
That is a good point. It is probably fine.
Yeah,
Leave him there.
Yeah,
Most-
we should get back though.
We should, and he will have to face justice.
So will this one. Kind of jerks
Yeah.
ahead towards Erasmus.
Rasmus, don't pick up that you are under arrest.
Okay, we see these pillars of moonlight as you teleport back to the kingdom. Everyone will clear 6 stress and 2 transcendence,
Ooh.
Okay.
but also
And I'm out of Eclipse. Got real close. I had 3 dots left.
You kept spending. I was like, you have it to spend. I don't think.
I have it. I had one link with you that if I had some really bad resistance roll, I was gonna spend it just to try to save my life. But then it got to a point where I was like, if I have the really, really bad one, it's not gonna be enough. So
So, oh well, let's just go for it.
yeah, if you have the resource, spend it, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
as we teleport away,
Do we
I
have
think-
Blighted Hearts?
we'll call what we just did our sort of ritual. Even though this is the last mission of the series, I'm looking at the fallout,
Yeah.
and hunters stage an ambush. So rather than that being what happens, because we won't have a next mission, but I do want to, as we disappear, we can see a small group of people approaching this ruined kingdom through the atmosphereless, barren landscape of the moon. Knights from another kingdom come to investigate the disturbance that happened here, and they all see the light, the moonlight, as it goes up into the sky and around to the bright side of the moon. I would like to ask for final moments. What, if this could be the next day, days later, what do we see as we see each character? And I won't roll to see who, I'll just let you choose who goes in what order.
I think Pillar has to confront Foundation. I think she has to go and, like, it's sad, but she's also under arrest.
Oh shit! So we see a montage of Pillar going to the factory, and Foundation just sitting there. And as soon as she sees her face, she nods and stands and offers her wrists.
Yeah, I think Pillar looks down at her wrists and then up at her, and then with tears in her eyes, for the first time, exacts her station over Foundation and says, Madam Foundation of the factory, in my position as a Ley-Knight, I place you under arrest. And then just the cops go on, and then we go to black.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
I think Dante is very busy fussing over Eri. Probably to the point that it is annoying, but just streams of hot chocolate. It's like before the last one is finished, it's just like, oh, here's another cup I think you need. It's very comforting, and I think in your current state, this would be the best.
So much chocolate.
No, I must abstain. I can't exercise, and all this sugar will.
You
put an
are
extra punch in my belly.
convalescing. You are convalescing, it doesn't matter. You are lying there. You're not exercising, regardless.
He nods. Drinks.
I think we see Tamara still running around, still doing odd jobs for everybody. But now it's because she's choosing to help and ask people what they need rather than having everything dumped on her in front of her. I think that she calls a meeting of the Ley-Knights one evening and does her old trick of sending a message that it's very important. But when everyone gets there, she's just got some mugs of hot chocolate laid out in the war council room. And it's like, Dante, you're not going to believe it. I got the marshmallows.
Do you speak truth, Tamara? This is very important. You can't.
Okay.
You can't.
They're tiny, they're soft and squishy, and sweet, and sweet. I took that note, and they puff up when they go in the hot chocolate.
It's a miracle.
Because I've never seen a marshmallow. She's just like, what?
You have to stop Dante from just eating the marshmallows.
And I think that she's not going to let Pillar forget about the cat cuddling session that they were promised.
Oh,
At some point
God. Yeah, I think Pillar mentions that, yes, I promised you a training session.
Yes, yeah. I needed a bit more help with the sword skills for sure.
Right. So I usually see them around 9. Make sure you bring Kitten likes like small the fish chips ones. They like that. And the page goes on. They've got like a list of what each cat first to eat.
And she is taking fastidious notes. She's like, I'm going to be best friends with every kitty in the whole crash.
I think Isabel. There's a part of Isabel that can't stop the work that's going on, but she tries to find ways that she can build bridges with the other knights. So with Pillar, not really knowing Pillar well, but sort of showing up in it's the foundry, right?
The factory.
The factory? Yeah.
Sorry, the foundry, foundry, foundation. In the factory, showing up in the factory to like see about, coming from her connections to the noble houses in the treasury to see if there can be some upgrades to the barracks and the dormitories, and the equipment can be looked over, and that it can just get a little bit more comfortable there. Going to Dante and organizing missions to this to the lost kingdom on the other side of the moon to try to recover portions of the archive, to get scraps of old history for Dante to connect with times before, and with Tamara, just like asking Tamara for a meeting, like, hey, can you come to the office by the mission, the war chambers, and there's like the pretense of a meeting, but just like having a tea and relaxing. And when Tamara picks up her pen to start taking notes, saying, no, it's okay. This is casual. Like we're just tossing ideas around. It's okay. And And still in all of that, there's an element of trying to understand what happened with the betrayal. What are the links between the artifacts and demons? Why are we in this position? And I think this is in the back of her mind and plaguing her.
And the last we see of our knights is the Duke and Duchess, sort of waving them off as they teleport away in the beams of moonlight back down to the earth for the ever-continuing struggle to collect mana and survive. Yes, and that is where we end our season.
You get the scene where the credits start to roll as the anime is still going, so you know it's like the end of the episode and season. Actually, in the montage, God, oof.
Oh.
Well done, everyone.
Well done, Krifu, you legend. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
bang
was
on work, man.
amazing.
Bang on work.
You did most of it. Yes. Wow. So, yeah. I mean, thoughts, comments, concerns. How did we feel about Girl by Moonlight as a system? I know we've been learning it together. It's way more crunchy than any of us expected.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think it was going to be so crunchy, and also, like, I think we mentioned this. Maybe we mentioned this off mic, but the disagreement system is like, oh man, I gotta like figure out an argument all the time.
We
But I
picked
love
a
the
hard
lore. I love the
series
lore,
to
though.
like as our first Girl by Moonlight.
Yeah, we picked a tricky one. Although I did love the like with like a group of people like yourselves who we could all trust to like really get into the role play. It was so much fun to really explore those more difficult character relationships that I feel like are harder to do, especially on streamed games. I felt like this game really gave us a framework to do that. That was really fun. Even with the showing my age here, it was very Monty Python ringing the bell. I'd like to have an argument, please.
No, I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
It kind of felt like that, but I feel like as it went on, we sort of realized how to make it happen within the story in a way that felt really, really rewarding. I really enjoyed that, actually.
And the having downtime before the mission, it took a minute for me to for us to, I think, wrap our heads and get into the flow of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like it's such a shame because I feel like we're just like getting into properly knowing like how the system works and knowing these characters a bit better, and now it's over.
We'll just have to do season 3.
Yeah, who knows? No, we have to skip again, so we're doing season 4 now.
Oh no.
Got to be refreshing the Crunchyroll to be like, is season 3 dropped yet? Is the new episodes dropped yet?
Oh yeah,
I gotta find out why Rasmus kept me.
I'll settle for a fan sub if that's what I have to do.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this game. I don't know. There's something about this specific idea of the Magic Girls and the way that they've implemented it in here, which I think it really opens it up to having these character moments, and I'm so grateful for all of you doing that together with.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I mean, you took on a difficult book as well, so well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. All of the character books have like so much depth and so much room to really experiment. I really like that as well. Like the time traveler stuff is fascinating.
Cool.
And like the sort of the sort of very stoic guardian was like a really cool thing, but you could also play it as a much more like big bolshy tank kind of guardian. Like there's so much room in all the playbooks, which I think is really cool. They don't lock you into a certain character archetype. They just give you lots of fun options, which I really love.
Yeah. So we want to thank Evil Hat Productions for sponsoring this actual play of their game Girl by Moonlight. Thank you. We want to thank A Horde of Tales for hosting this event. We want to thank Aida and Darcy for being the main organizers of this event.
Yes,
thank you very much. And I want to thank the cast and give everyone the chance to yay.
Just keep clapping. Keep it going.
Of course, give everyone a chance to sign off. Let us know where we can find you, and all of that fun stuff. So we'll start with Ren.
Hi, I'm Ren. You can find me at Allegory of Death on Twitter and at MaskRen on TikTok. I am floating around the TTRPG space here and there. I think the next place you can see me is in the summer premiere of our Tales from the Loop game over on the Lore Mistress. That's gonna be fun. I love jumping around the seasons. But yeah, that's me.
And Jacob.
My name is Jacob Wolf-Lefton. I'm an actor and I do role playing as well. I'm at Water Mosaic on pretty much all platforms, and I also am part of a group that does a studio show here in Berlin called Tales Held Dear. And we also have a stage show from time to time at comedy clubs. It's an improv comedy D&D themed show. So check out Tales Held Dear online. And I have some secret projects brewing that will come to fruition later this year. So please follow along, and I would love to share them with you when they're ready.
Pan.
Hi, I'm Pan. You can find me at StellarEncore on most stuff, Blue Sky, Twitter, Tumblr, yada. I don't have anything specific coming up to mention, apart from the things I'm not allowed to mention, but we do have a... No, I'm going to say anyway. Chris, you can beat me later on if I can't say it. But we do have a Pathfinder podcast coming up that I'm looking forward to seeing get out there. It's been a lot of fun. You can find that online. Definitely check out my Twitter. It'll be on there if anyone else is cool. And yeah, looking forward to it. Other than that, I don't do anything in the real world because I don't exist off the internet.
Okay.
I was about like, well, you've got all this like acting stuff. And I'm like,
You have something very big happening in the real world, but I don't want to blow your cover. Let's go to Michelle.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. I am an actor, singer, voice actor, and weepy girl with too many feelings. You can find me at MichelleCopter on all the socials. Twitter is where I usually post upcoming acting work and TTRPG performances of all kinds. So you can follow me there, and I'm trying very hard to get better at Instagram because Twitter is a tire fire. So follow me over there too. We'll see what other ones I can make time for. Oh man, I gotta get on the TikTok.
You gotta get on the TikToks.
There's too many
get on the
videos.
TikTok.
They're all coming at me, all the videos. Maybe
TikTok.
one day I'll relent. But for now, on the Slow Grandpa Media, that's where you can find me. And you can find more about my work on my portfolio website, which is michellekellyperformance.carrd.co.
Slow Grandpa Media? Sorry.
Again, I get it.
You can read about me in a newspaper.
I can't be doing with these Zoomer apps with all their videos coming at me. Oh man.
I have been the host for the stream and the director for this game. My name is Krifu Bernal. You can find me on socials at Krifu Bernal. As Pan mentioned, I actually was going to announce it tonight as well, so you beat me.
Oh,
to
see,
it.
I feel like I can say it right now.
No, but it's right. We're by the time this airs, we will be reaching a point where I think we'll be probably like 2-3 months away from launching the first episode, but we've been working for a few months now with a good crew of people on a Pathfinder podcast in the hopes of turning it into a little something. So you can follow us on socials to see about those updates. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this Girl by Moonlight stream for Hot Pride here at Horde of Tales. And we hope to see you around the internet more often. Bye. Have a good night. Bye.